You guys showed too much love on the Boondocks video, so it's only right we run it up with a part 2. I'm going to be covering the Riley vs Huey fight, the Hateocracy episode, and the much requested fundraiser episode. So let's cut the yapping and get straight into business. Before we can talk about the Riley vs Huey fight, we gotta talk about the reason they are fighting. So let me explain real quick. The episode starts with Ed, Rummy, and Riley straight up getting ready to rob a bank in the opening minutes of the show. No setup, no smoke grenades, no nothing. These guys walked into the bank raw, pulled out the dual-wielding pistols like Deadpool with no regards for human safety, and then they proceed to get introduced like they are the latest addition to the Smash Bros roster. Now I'm not gonna lie, this has to be at least minus 5,000 aura, cause tell me why they pulled up armed and dangerous, but no one moved. Everyone was out here doing the mannequin challenge, not a single person was fearing for their lives. If I were to rob a bank and I pull out the golden scar and not a single person moved, I'd probably walk back home in shame. I don't even want the money anymore. They end up taking it hostage to the vault to loot it and run back to their car. Fast forward and Huey is trying to stop Riley from hanging out with Fuzz. So that brings us back to the squabble at hand. Huey is dragging his sword like a Japanese samurai. Riley throws a chair at Huey and Huey just eviscerates it. No way, this boy is only 10 years old, out here wielding his sword like Mihawk. Riley and Huey continue to go clash for clash, hit for hit. But Huey overpowers Riley and has him at knife point like Force vs Askeladd. But just like Askeladd, Riley had a last resort up his sleeve. Riley pulls out a blicky on Huey and forces him to drop his katana, but Huey just snatches it back. But Riley, on some Looney Tunes timing, pulls a whole frying pan out of his inventory to smack the gun away. Riley tries to hit Huey with the power-free frying pan, but we all know Huey is like that, so he hits him with a flying Raijin uppercut before running off the wall and hitting Riley with a fire tornado. Nah, look at the way bro went flying back. The fight was truly over at this point because Huey was just giving Riley Mortal Kombat level combos. Huey is standing at the top of the stairs like Itachi Uchiha after slaughtering his entire clan, and then proceeds to end the fight with the Teen Titans Robin special. This is diabolical. He got no songs where he needs to be doing all this. Alright, now we covered the Naruto vs Sasuke of cartoon fights. Let's move on to the third part in the Stinkmeaner saga, the king of hating himself, truly up there with Sukuna, Reverse Flash, and Kendrick Lamar. The episode starts with this apocalyptic zombie scene where a bunch of Stinkmeaners start chasing Robert like it's Call of Duty zombies. Turns out the entire dream was just a nightmare, or more like a lucid dream, because bro clearly knew he was aware of what he was doing. He sacrificed his entire family and friends just to get away from Stinkmeaner.
Down. Oh my god!
Fast forward and these three elderly people pull up to town looking for Robert. Turns out they were basically part of Stinkmeaner's gang and they were out here for revenge after finding out that Robert killed him. And from their first interaction on screen, you could tell these guys were on bad timing. They pulled up on Ruckus and beat bro physically and verbally. This is the first time I've seen Uncle Ruckus lose a verbal battle. After I saw what they did to Uncle Ruckus, I knew we weren't dealing with no regular old people. These guys basically like old people in anime, overpowered for no reason. They seek out Riley and Huey in the hopes of finding Robert, but Huey senses something is up and tries to escape, but runs into them in the long grass like some Pokemon. Riley ain't taking them seriously, but Huey must have sensed their power level, and he was right, cause they proceed to hand out nothing but straight smoke. Huey was really holding his own. He was going hit for hit with a grown man. Don't let this guy fool you. This is a guy in his prime beating on literal kids. And Riley, like, but I don't even know where to begin. This was already a mismatch when I saw them hit that Mario jump. And wait, hold up. Yeah, nah. I already said in part 1 that Grandma must have been training with Orochimaru. But after a closer look, this might be Orochimaru in disguise. We know he likes diddling with the kids. Fool did he. After Riley and Huey got laid out, it's just Robert left and I'm convinced he's fighting Batman. What type of legendary weapon is this to be doing this sort of damage? Who even taught this man how to wield it? This is some nefarious nonsense. Robert throws a bucket of crabs at him and manages to swim away. The Freemans went and held an emergency meeting and they decided it's only right to call for backup. They decided to call this guy called Bushido Brown to handle the squabble. They really summoned bro like he's Maharaga. The Hateocracy pull up for a round 2, but this man Bushido Brown is locked in. He's taking 0 damage, out here putting up a reverse jumping of a lifetime. Male, female, old, young, it doesn't matter. Look at the way he did the granny. He hit her so hard her wig came off. They managed to sneak attack him and they start giving him a JJK classic. Batman over here uses his death scythe as bait and baits Bushido Brown into thinking he missed, but he pulls it back and slices his whole head off. This went from 0 to 100 so quick, I didn't expect him to actually die. They go to try and finish off the Freemans, but turns out someone called the police, and that's the end of the Stinkmeaner saga. Or so it seemed. The final episode I gotta talk about has to be one of the funniest episodes in Boondocks history. In this episode, Riley becomes the Gus Fring, the Walter White, the Franklin Saint of selling chocolate. Riley sees that his school is selling chocolate for a fundraiser, but he realizes that he can just sell the chocolate without giving the money to an actual charity and just keeping it.
And that's when it hit me. The best idea I ever had in my entire life. That's the worst idea you ever had in your entire life.
He recruits Jasmine and this other kid to be his runners by telling them that the other fundraiser is funded by... You know what, I'ma just play the clip.
Okay, I didn't want to tell you this. World's Ultimate Chocolates, they secretly funded by the Ku Klux Klan. And okay.
After that, he then recruits this demon girl named Cindy. Riley is really out here moving like a D1 scout. He's out here like Nick Fury, putting together the Avengers of selling chocolate. They begin the operation and find out the block is too hot and the streets are too competitive. So the first order of business is washing out the competition by convincing them to join his side. It even gets to a point that the adults in the school are in on it. Riley really had little Timmy over here dripped out with a chain, rings and a puffer coat. This is insane. It got to the point that they were moving so many bricks. They were making enough money to hire a whole hotel with maids and workers. Riley is an 8-year-old boy. When I was 8, I was playing Skylanders on the Wii. But Riley gets a call saying the original fundraiser company is mad. And everyone knows that a war over territory always escalates badly. This chocolate business is serious. We had grown men kidnapping kids and rigging cars to explode. Who was running this chocolate company? P. Diddy? Riley meets up with the leader of the chocolate cartel and he's British. And at first, I'm not gonna lie, he was cooking him. But Riley proceeds to hit him with one of the most iconic quotes in fiction. I have seen this clip played and replayed so many different times, it's insane.
But then I thought to myself, what if this was a movie? Look, you, the plane you flew in on, them shoes, your socks with the bell on it, your gay ass accent, them cheap ass cigars, your yuck mouth teeth, your hairpiece, your chocolate, Guy Ritchie, Prince William, the Queen. This is America. My president is black and my Lambo is blue, nigga. I get the out of my hotel room. And if I see you with the street, I'm slapping the out of you.
Man, that was a real conflict of interest since I'm born in America but live in the UK. It was difficult to pick sides. Hey, if you enjoyed, please subscribe and make sure to watch part 1 or another one of my videos right here. Appreciate you guys for sticking around till the end. Peace. Also, join the Discord.